Hey guys, welcome to Guru Gone Gaming. I'm your host, Guru. So, that's some damn good coffee. For those, all five of you who have been paying attention, I have not been making any videos, and I'm sorry for that. The reason was because this weekend I went up to a friend's dorm, and we hung out and drank and played video games and stuff. It was a great experience. I'll give you guys a download on that. So I figured today I'm just going to give you guys a quick rundown of what I've been up to, some games I've been playing, and some, random thoughts and ideas and stuff, because that's what this channel's all about. So, last week, there was a Steam sale over the week. I got three games. Warlock, Master of the Arcane, Receiver, and Sword Stars the Pit. Warlock, Master of the Arcane, the most basic description I could give of it is that it's Civ 5 with wizards. Yeah. You basically play as a wizard. You work on different. You build up your civilization. Yes. Um, and you wage war against these other wizards. Cool thing about it is that it's basically Civ 5 with more of an emphasis on the combat rather than the diplomacy and economics and stuff. Which, for what it does really well. If you're into that whole war, if you're into the warfare aspect of Civ, it's your game. If you're into the more diplomacy and winning by peaceful means, not your game. Um, so yeah, I put about 8 hours into that. It's a great game. I enjoy it for what it is. The spells and stuff are a bit randomized since your research trees are researching spells, and they're not always the same through every gameplay session. So one gameplay session it'll be like, okay, fireball, poison, weaken enemy, and they'll all be in the same tree. Then the next game you play, the same tree will have ice, fireball, raised land, which is all, different use. It's all useful, but there's not always that clear cut. Okay, you get this tech, this tech, this tech, and then this tech for most efficiency. It's like you don't know where you're going with it really, which is an interesting thing. So yeah, I put some time into that. Haven't finished the game because I started it up like three different times because I didn't like the way I was leading my civilization. But that's just me. I'm picky with that. Second game, Receiver. So for those of you who are gun nuts like me, Receiver is a fucking wet dream because basically what it is it's a roguelike where you have a gun. No, but hear me out on this. The whole main thing of the game is built around the mechanics of an actual gun. The gun in game works how a gun would work in real life. For example, if you have a automatic, well, semi-automatic pistol, you have to individually. Sometimes you'll find bullets laying around. You individually pick up the bullets, load your magazine, then put that back in, pull back the receiver, make sure your safety's off because it's hell of embarrassing when you go to shoot a robot and you just hear you can't shoot, you know? And you pick up, spare magazines on the ground, make sure those are loaded, unload your magazines. You count your bullets because there's no display. So you go into a firefight, you'll freak out, you'll be like, bang, 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 bang. Oh shit, how many bullets do I have in my magazine? You duck behind cover, pull out your magazine, see that you have like two or three bullets in, load it up manually, then reload it. It feels really great. It's a bit weird with the mechanics because it takes some getting used to. It's not the most streamlined, but I think that's the point of the game, that it's not exactly a streamlined because in real life, hey, you're not reloading in 2 seconds like, how they do in the movies. Also cool thing, revolvers. Revolvers are always awesome because I had a situation where, because revolvers work differently than, semi-automatic pistols, I had a situation where I had a fully loaded revolver, all 6 bullets, was doing like a little cowboy spin every time I reloaded it, just because I wanted to be badass. So I pop into a room, see a couple robots actually, unload on them, I miss a few shots, they're still going. So I knew I didn't have enough time to load all 6 shots into my revolver, so I threw in 2 bullets. close it back up, and I'm like, okay, I gotta make these two bullets last because I had to get rid of those within that span of time. Otherwise, I would have been riddled with machine gun bullets. And the game is very unforgiving because like most roguelikes, they tend to do that. But yeah, if you're into guns and you like a hard experience and you want to challenge yourself a bit, definitely worth trying or picking up. I think it's like $4 on Steam, so it's not really going to set you back much. Lastly, Sword of Stars of the Pit. Roguelike, again. I have been on a roguelike splurge ever since last year with FTL because I found that game during my finals, and by God, I fucking put so much time into that game. It was like the best entry to the roguelike genre. And from then, I've been, playing other roguelikes, Rogue Legacy, well, Sword of Stars. I had a friend who tried to get me into Stone Soup, which, I mean, for what it is, I'm sure it's a great game, but I just haven't had the patience to, like, sit down and play it. Says the guy who played Dwarf Fortress for a few hours and try to actually understand most of that. But alright, so Sword of Stars, it's a roguelike, it's a sci-fi roguelike, which automatically gives me points because I'm not that partial to the fantasy setting unless there's something really special about it. So mostly I tend to stick with sci-fi stuff. But it's a sci-fi roguelike. Basically, you're going down into this facility, maintaining your hunger, making sure your weapons and stuff are repaired, watching out for traps, getting teleported all over the place. A lot of crazy shit. Roguelike, hard as hell, fun. It's definitely got that replayability because that's what roguelikes are all about. And yeah, I've definitely been having a good time with that. It's pretty slow compared to other roguelikes. You can play for about an hour or two before you actually die. It's not like FTL where you have a run and within 15 minutes, all right, this is a good run, or oh, I'm not gonna be able to make it. Fuck it, just YOLO it. Here it's like, okay, I'm playing for an hour. Okay, good start. Playing for another hour. Okay, I'm making good progress. Then like within the next 30 minutes, it's like, oh my God, how am I gonna get out of this? So there's a lot more build up, so you get more. I feel like there's like that room for investment where you've been playing for 2 hours and then you realize I'm not going to make it out of here alive, which just kind of like I don't know. Part of it is like it's very despair. It gives you that despair feeling because you don't have the resources you need to get through this, and you've already put in the time. So it's like kind of heartbreaking. At the same time, it's like, yeah, I'm fucked. Thank you, game. May I have another? So, yeah, I've been playing those, over the weekend, I sat down, I was playing with a friend of mine, and I managed to hit my 100th hour of Monster Hunter. I am now high rank. So, for those of you who know me outside of this show, I play a lot of Monster Hunter. I fucking love it. Ever since I started playing Try on my friend's Wii, and then Ultimate came out like a month after, and I was like, go out, got a 3DS, got Monster Hunter, didn't regret it. Grindy as all hell, but oh my god, I love Monster Hunter, and I really, really hope that Capcom, whoever's out there, please, please bring it to the US. Because if you don't, it's just from a business standpoint, I don't see why not. From for it sells in the US, so there's no reason why they shouldn't. You know, I think they made like what, like at least 50 million over in Japan alone. Come on, like it's obviously one of their big franchises. I hope they don't Mega Man it. So bring it to the US. I'm so invested in that series. If it doesn't come to the US, I will fucking just buy Japanese 3DS, learn Moonspeak, and work from there. Because that franchise, oh my god, that franchise. Um, Other things. So, oh, Pokemon came out Saturday. Yeah. Everyone I know, is obviously clamoring and loving it. And I'm in that weird position where I don't want to fall into the hype of it because it's happened to me before where I think it was back in Diamond and Pearl that came out. and everyone was like, "Oh my God, new Pokemon!" And me being, I was in high school at the time. I'm like, "Oh, Pokemon's for kids," and there was so much hype for it. I was just like, "Oh my God, I guess I'll get back into Pokemon." Played it for about a month. Hype died out, and never touched it again. Soul Silver and Heart Gold came out. Same thing happened. Never played again. Didn't beat the games because I just didn't have the drive for it, and there wasn't that much. I actually didn't have that much of an interest in it. And then now here it is, X and Y. Everyone's getting hype, everyone's going nuts, and I'm just like, I want to have fun with the rest of the kids, but I don't want to buy a game and then never play it because, I still have Fire Emblem and Monster Hunter, which have been keeping my 3DS busy for the past few months. Other than that, and Etrian Odyssey, which I actually just ordered, which should be getting here within a week. So I'm gonna have a mobile backlog to go along with my giant ass console backlog, which it's kind of hard to whittle through. Um, I also found some bargain bin games. Blaze Blue, when it originally came out in the arcades, me and my friends would go. We weren't really part of the FGC. We were idiots. But we'd go there, play Blaze Blue on beginner, and think we were cool. And then we, occasionally got our shit wrecked by, a random guy. But it was all fun and games. We, got the cabinet got removed from the arcade to put in Street Fighter, I think. And we never saw the game ever again. I saw it in GameStop. I was like, all right, BlazBlue Continuum Shift, I think, is one of the expansions. I got that, and I sat down, tried playing it with my brother, and I was just like, I'm garbage. I think it's made by Arc System Works, which is the same people who did Persona. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But Persona Arena, I fucking love. Really easy to pick up and play, but deep. It's got that shallow entry where most people can pick it up and play without too much lab time, which I can appreciate in a game if you have a simple to learn but difficult to master, because that's the mark of good game design. I don't like complicated inputs. That is the most off-putting thing you could do in a fighting game, but to me personally, I hate that. If it feels really unintuitive, I will just be like, I don't have time for this. Like Mortal Kombat, it's usually two directions and a button, but like still, if it's like go back and down to do this range attack, or press forward and up to do a weird grab, it's like, come on, make the motion at least feel like the action that you're trying to perform. Like Persona Arena, it's like, all right, you gotta do a half circle button, or do a half circle button, or do half circle back button, half circle back button. So it's very simple. It's like you have like potentially one, two, three, four, eight, at least eight different moves you could do from two button combinations. Oh wait, that's not four button combination. And it has that variety of, even if you don't sit there and do the lab time and know the moves, just you could literally be in a fight, test them out, be like, okay, input, that's that move. Input, that's that move. And then work with that. You don't need to know this, grocery list of moves for each character, because, it uses a universal move set kind of, with, certain characters like, the fuck was that? With certain characters like Akihiko, or my waifu, I forgot the name of my waifu. Ooh, Naoto. Fucking, how do I forget Naoto? Yeah, fucking, with very, different, each character having their own, special thing going on. But, otherwise, simple to learn. But yeah, I got Blaze Blue, played that for a while, and I'm gonna try it again this weekend, see if I can actually play it competently. If not, I'll just have it sitting there for a while. But yeah. Definitely not for casual play. Other than that, I have been working, still on the fence about Pokemon. Not sure if I'll get it. I ordered two model kits, two Gundams. those are going to be coming next week. I might do not an unboxing video, but a finished thing, which will be interesting because this is my first model kits I've done since like fifth grade or so. So I'm looking forward to that. But other than that, thanks for tuning in. I'm Guru. I've been your host, and yeah, have a great night.